Family, friends, fellow gamers, educators, and students, welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome, and we're going to get some grump on with our return of the Half-Orc murder hobos. I went ahead and I did some minor adjustments to this party. It's a little bit more in the flavor I like them to be. And we're gonna have some fun with this group. Now, I got it paused right here because I do want the whole introduction to come into this. If you're new to my channel or if you're new to Baldur's Gate, this is based on the second edition Dungeons and Dragons rules, which is a total flip-flop of the 5th edition, mostly in the area of armor class. So in 5th edition, if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons today, you know that the higher the armor class, the more armored you are. In 2nd edition, the lower the armor class, the harder you are to hit. And with that said, let's go into it. I do plan on playing core rules all the way through. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about, as a matter of fact, I don't even think we need to worry about it, I was going to say, is when we memorize spells. But I don't think we're going to be memorizing any spells because we don't have any magic users in our party. And I know you guys are saying, what? But let me go ahead, get this thing started, and then I'll introduce you to our half-orc party here. So here we go. Core rules, venture forth.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of thar. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
All right, let's do this. Boom, done. There we are. Let's go ahead and hit pause right away. Okay, introduction time. Well, I really, if you're watching this for the first time, you're going to get a really good introduction to the party. If you're watching this again, kind of bear with me through the first few episodes, and then we're going to get into some new stuff. Some things I should tell you. Obviously, this is a let's play. It is a playthrough, so thar will be spoilers. You know, as a matter of fact, this whole thing is going to be a big spoiler thing here. I'm going to point out some Easter eggs in this game. I'm going to point out some red herrings in this game, and yeah, hopefully you'll go away with knowing one or two things that you may not have known in the past. But this is our party right here. Let's go ahead and meet our characters. So our leader, and I'm not going to tell you the origin of their names. I should first of all tell you that when you got that introduction, that little prologue there, it's it tells about a single person being the tutelage of falling under the tutelage of Gorion. But actually, what we got here, you can kind of say that because our lead character here could be the ward of Gorion. And then these are just other friends that were picked up along the way. But I guess because they're all half orcs, they kind of bonded together. But what Gorion doesn't know is that these guys are going out and let's say that they're going to change the world for good or bad. That's to be decided. Anyway, here we go.
Yes.
Character number 1 is Grecius Goldtooth. He is a barbarian, and he is going to be proficient with scimitars, wakazashis, and ninjatos. And then he's also going to be proficient with 2 weapon styles, which means he's going to be dual wielding weapons. His stats over here, I basically min-maxed everybody because I'm really going in with a slight handicap by not having a magic user. So I only min-maxed where I needed to. So he's got a 19 strength, 18 dexterity, and a 19 constitution. Strength is going to help where to hit and to damage. This dexterity is going to actually lower his armor class. And remember, in 2nd edition, lower is better. The 19 constitution means that he's going to be much more sustainable in the game. And to be quite honest, the only reason I got this, he's going to max out on hit points anyway, so I'm not worried about that. I got the max constitution because I don't want them to get fatigued as often as they would with a lower constitution. And of course, he's going to be our communicator. He's going to be talking to people. So he's got this 18 charisma. I mean, sure, he's not the most handsome gent you have ever seen. But with the 18 constitution, that also reflects his leadership ability. And I think that's going to come into handy when we start purchasing some of our magical items. Okay, so anyway, that's Grecius. He is a half-orc barbarian, neutral evil. We'll talk about that later. Number 2, boom. Goldfag Man-Eater. Okay, he is going to be a straight-up fighter. His proficiencies are with a 2-handed sword and with a longbow. And he is also going to be proficient with 2-handed weapon style. Now, the reason I got that is because now he will crit on a 19 or 20 instead of a straight 20. And by putting the extra pips in there, what that basically does is it makes him faster in battle. Because a 2-handed weapon is a really slow weapon. Once again, I min-maxed him over here for the same reasons. Not as much concerned with charisma since he is not one of our communicators. He is a male half-orc fighter, and he also is neutral evil. Number 3, this is Groth Onefinger. Groth is a priest of Talos, also known in the D&D world as a cleric, and his proficiency is with the warhammer and with a sling. And we're going to talk about the weapons here as soon as we get running. I min-maxed him over here too, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to scream at me and say, "Hey, Grumpy, Why did you give a cleric a constitution of 19 when 16 is the highest he can go or should go? Once again, the reason I put this to 19, the only reason I did it, is because I don't want him to get fatigued. I would much rather keep this party moving. So that is the only purpose for it. Don't yell at me. Strength, that's going to be to hit and to damage. Dexterity, that's for armor class reduction. And you got to admit, he's not the most handsome chap you're ever going to meet, but I also did max out his wisdom since he is a cleric. That's Groth one finger. Scrag the Prophet. Okay, Scrag is also a priest of Talos. His proficiency is with a mace and a sling. I got basically the same stats here as I did for Groth. Once again, don't yell at me for this. It's only there for fatigue. And for some reason, I guess Scrag is a little better looking. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. And once again, he's a half-orc priest of Talos. He also is neutral evil, as is our entire party. And finally, rounding it up, cha-ching, Jared the Red. Jared the Red is our party's thief. And his proficiency is with a dagger and with a short bow. Now, he's not going to see a lot of hand-to-hand combat in the beginning, but out of the two hand weapons that he is going to be wielding, early game, the dagger is going to be the better choice. And then again, he does have a ranged weapon also. Most of his attacks are going to be ranged attacks. We min-maxed him over here, and 19 strength to hit and damage, 18 dex. Unfortunately, that's as high as he could go. And that actually is his primary attribute right there as a thief. 19 constitution, because we don't want him to get fatigued. And then I had a lot of points left over. So what I did is I just kind of evened them out right here. I mean, to be a thief, maybe you do need a little bit of intelligence to figure out what you're doing. Wisdom, yeah, he's kind of battle-torn over here. So he's been around. And then charisma, I guess he's just a likable guy, so we'll leave it at that. He's a male half-orc thief, also neutral evil. And that is our party. So if you want to leave a comment below and let people know where the game starts, you can do it right here. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Cha-ching. Let's grab our party and
what is your will?
Let's go into the end.
If you insist.
Unpause. In we go. All right. So we're going to come into... We're coming into the inn here. This is the Candlekeep Inn. This is Winthrop over here. He's the innkeeper. We're going to talk to him in a little while. But the first person we want to talk to is Firebead Elvenhair. Right here. Because he's going to send us out on a quest. But spoiler alert, I'm going to show you the first Easter egg in this game. So let's come over and have a chat with him.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Now, if you talk with him 30 times, he will actually dump 300 gold in your hand. So we're going to go ahead. This is going to be very redundant and monotonous, but just bear with me on this one. And here's a hint. This isn't the first time. This isn't the only time we're going to do this. So here we go. And talk to, oh, no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
hard to find
10,
decent folk
11,
nowadays.
12,
Hard to find
13,
decent folk nowadays.
14,
Hard
15,
to find
6,
decent folk
16,
nowadays.
17,
Hard to find
18,
decent folk
19,
nowadays.
20,
Hard to find
21,
decent folk nowadays.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And there she is. Party has gained 300 gold. So there's Easter egg number 1. Now, number 2, this is where Jared starts to shine. First thing he's going to do, hey, he can run. He'll run over here and check out this chest. Or credenza. Now, this should be trapped. You can open this with no problem, and you will not be affected. I'm going to go ahead and detect traps on it just to see if it does illuminate. And I'm not going to stand here forever and do this, but it does have a trap on it. And the whole reason I want to see if I can bring the trap up is to disarm it. Because every time you disarm a trap, I think you get 25 experience points for your party. And it's obviously not coming up. Well, let's find out. It is locked. Yeah, we got 10 experience for picking the lock. And on that note, if you are ever given a choice between picking a lock with a thief or bashing a lock with a strong character, always pick the lock with the thief, because that will get you experience for your party. If you bash a lock open, you get no experience for that. Anyway, we got a little bit of gold here, and we got 2 scrolls, which we cannot use because, say it with me, we have no magic users. All right, Jared, you've done your job. I'm going to go back to Grecius because there's a group over here that he's going to talk to. Got a couple nobles here. And, yeah, you know what? Let's just talk to them.
No time to chit-chat.
Step up to the heat, young one. You'll need a good fire to warm the chill stares of those monks. The monks that they're referring to are all the green cloaked people that are in this Candlekeep area. They're also the tutors of this game. So if you don't know, I don't mean tutor as in T-U-D. I mean tutor as in they will school you. They're the ones who, if you're new to this game, will tell you, it's basically your introduction, your walkthrough. Anyway, here we go. Most inhospitable they are. Isn't that so lovely? And there's my very poor butchering of a real crappy English accent. One thing you are going to discover in this game is I have no respect for nobility in this game, and you're soon gonna see that. Here we go. Anyway, we're gonna continue here, and one thing I should have explained to you before is what neutral evil means in this game. Let's do this first, and I'll see if I can go back and do that for you. Here we go. Continue. So anyway, the options we're given with here. Remember that 18 charisma that this guy has on him? This is where it comes into play. We've got a couple different options here. They lead somewhat a clustered life. Yeah, watch your tongue is my home. See, that would be a good, if we were like a chaotic evil, that might be the one that we're just going to snap right at this guy. But, I wouldn't let it concern you, my lady. Here we are. This is not really our true personality, but we're only concerned with ourselves and making ourselves better. So, first thing we're going to notice on these guys is that they're wearing a little bit of wealth. So, we're going to suggest to them, you are quite wealthy, are you not? Bring a lot of expensive jewelry with you. And then this is actually the one you want to hit. Remember, 18 charisma, option number 3. Noble one, perhaps that was it. They may have looked as though we were showing off. I'm going back to lock my jewelry in the room. Okay, so that triggered that movement. Capital idea, lovely. Perhaps I should go do the same. Leave the finery under lock and key. Whilst I brush up on my reading. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. So anyway, they're going upstairs. Someone noticed. Whoa, why did that happen? I have no idea what just triggered that. Unless it was my attempt over here. Ooh, that was interesting. I have never seen this happen before. Well, you know what? We're just going to have to get through this, and then I'm going to go ahead and restart the prologue again. And then, well, not the prologue. You don't have to listen to the intro, but we're going to start off when we're outside of Candlekeep here. I don't have any gold. Can't we just forgive and forget? We'll try this line, but they're going to say no. Boom. Thieving scoundrel, not can save you from punishment. Boom. So now they want to fight us, but we're not going to fight them. We're just going to go ahead and load the game. We're going to load the game, and we're going to start over right here, which is load the game. And now let's go do this again. I'm pretty sure it was the whole thing about this chest right here. So let's do this one first. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There's our 300 gold. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's go ahead and talk to the nobles up here. Oops, everybody did not have to go. Too many people in the room. You're going to go talk to the nobles. If you insist. Anyway, there's that. Yep, step up. Done that. Number 3 is the option that we want. So there it is. Perhaps they're going to go do it. Continue. And the dialogue. There they go upstairs. Now, Jared is going to come over here, and he's just going to open this thing up without detecting the trap. And it is locked. Let's go ahead and do this number. There's that. We're going to take these 3 items. He's going to come over here. He's going to grab a dagger. Boom. Now he's going to go upstairs. It's almost like the game knew what I was going to do in this one. Let's come into this room first. You got a sleeping person here. Rule of thumb, if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. So just let him sleep. But anyway, he's got some gold in there. Coming over here. This one's going to be locked. We're going to go ahead and open it. Notice the experience points we gained there. Take the necklace. Come over here. Going to have another sleeping person. Don't wake them. We're going to go ahead and open this one. And cha-ching, cha-ching. Come over here. Now, this is the room of the nobles. And this is another one of those little Easter egg things. If you have a, say you've got a strong fighter, 19 strength. You will not be able to bash this lock open. And if you have a thief, now I don't even think a human thief can get into here if you max out pick locks. But if you have a subhuman thief and you max out your pick locks, you will be able to get into this. I maxed out my pick locks to 65%, and I know I can get in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this lock. It is locked. We did it. There are the valuables of the nobles, and those valuables right there are worth about 1,750 gold pieces. Now we're going to come into this room, and we're going to find another noble. Now, remember my whole disrespect thing for nobles? If we try to pick this lock with him right there, he will call the guards. Kind of the same guards that you saw before. But there is a way that we can subdue this guy and get in here. So the first thing I'm going to do this time is quick save. Boom. Just in case something goes wrong. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bare fist. And you got to do this with a bare fist. If you do it with a weapon, you might kill the guy. And I'm going to hit him. Boom. He's down. Whoa, no, stop hitting him. Now I'm going to go to this chest, and we're going to open it. And we're going to take his stuff. And that is all that's up here of interest. Before he wakes up, we're going to get out of Dodge. And we got one of two options here. We can either start the adventure with just the quarterstaffs that we have, or we can go talk to Winthrop and get some equipment. The problem with doing that is I'm very dwarvish when it comes to this because I got deep pockets and short arms, which means I do not like to spend gold where I don't have to. And the options we have right now are to, let's pause. The options we have right now are to buy the equipment we need to begin our journey or to just begin the journey. I am going to choose to buy some things, only because these things are not acquirable out in the field. So let's bring our group. Let's select everybody, bring everybody together over here, and then we're going to go ahead and have a talk with Winthrop.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
That is perhaps the best line in this entire game. My hotel's as clean as an elven arse. And if you do not know what an elven arse is, go ask your parents. They will be more than happy to explain it to you. Okay, well, hello there, young one. Come visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Okay, first of all, notice this. Your old pal Winthrop. So this goes to show that we've known this guy for quite a while. After all, we've spent most of our life here. So that right away is going to reduce my attitude towards him. Okay, well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece entrance fee per capita, custom. That's outrageous. What kind of fool do you take me for? Once again, if I was chaotic evil, I might have chosen this. But you know what? We're going to laugh with him. Ha ha ha. You were always the big kidder, Winthrop. Or we can use the real... I'm trying to think of the politically correct way of saying this. We can use the... let's say we're lacking a little bit of testosterone. this might be the option we choose. I fear I don't have the entrant fee with me. I suppose I shall return when I do. No, 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 no. We're jacked on testosterone here. So you are always the big kid, or Winthrop. It gets funnier every time I hear it. Ha, just having a bit of fun with you, my friend. Them monks can be walking around with poles in their nethers. Once again, kids, if you do not understand that reference, go ask your parents. They'll be more than happy to explain that to you. Gorion did well by you. He did so. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Some drinks, some rooms. Don't offer us drinks. We're half-orcs. We will destroy your inn. Sure, what do you got? And this is where we get to choose between staying in a room. And the reason you want to stay in rooms, number one, is fatigue. If you get tired, you rest in a room. That resets your whole fatigue monitor. And number two, magic users need to rememorize their spells. And staying in a room will rememorize your spells. Number three, it also heals hit points. So there's 3 reasons to get a room. We don't want a room. You can also get roomers by buying drinks. And, we can stay here all night and waste all our money on drinks, which we're not going to do. That, for some reason, looks low. I'm going to have to look at something here. I wonder if we did not get all of the stuff. Let's do a quick character check here to see what we got. And that would be you. Yes. I almost think we forgot something. Let's see if we can run back upstairs. Because for some reason that goal just seems to be low. And hopefully that noble is not awake. I'm going to do another quick save here. Let's come over here. Come on, still be down. Uh-oh, somebody's running around. What do we got here? We took that. Here he comes. I don't know where he went, but let's check this. And we took that. That's interesting. So we did get everything. Like I said, for some reason, it just seems like our stuff is low valued. Oh, you know what we probably need to do is sell it to Winthrop. There we go. Okay, so everybody talk to Winthrop again. Yep, there's the elven arse thing again. And you know what? Let's do the whole selly thing here. So we're going to sell him a dagger, a necklace. We're going to give him the star sapphire. That's one of the things from the nobles we talked to downstairs. Pearl, fire opal, also from the nobles that we talked to downstairs. And let's go ahead and take that and sell it. And cha-ching, all of a sudden, we now have 2,900 gold pieces. That's a little better. Okay, what are we going to buy? I think, first of all, this guy needs a scimitar. Actually, he could use 2 of them. I just don't know if I want to start dual wielding right now. Yeah, what the heck. We got the gold. Let's splurge. You know what? We're going to splurge here. Boom, 2. And I'm going to buy only for him right now. I don't know if I want to make him proficient with the crossbows. I probably will. So let's go ahead and also get him a heavy crossbow. Eventually he'll get the proficiency for that. Because I've got enough people firing arrows. And we're going to get the bolts. And the reason we're going to get the bolts is because the it's going to be an early quest. So I'm actually going to max out my bolts. So 12 is the magic number. And the reason 12 is the magic number is because it's actually going to fill 3 quivers. Since he is the leader of this group, he is going to get the best armor available, which actually is splint. I could wait until we get to our next destination to get the splint for free. But you know what? We're going to get it. And what else do we want? Splint. I think we're going to want a helmet. A helmet's going to help us against critical hits. And I think that's good. That should do it for him. So his total armament is going to cost us 353 gold. So let's go ahead and buy it. Cha-ching. Okay, number 2. Gracious. He is going to get a helmet. He is going to get... well, I'm going to buy him a composite bow. But for the time being, let's get some arrows for him. 12 is the magic number. Boom. And then let's go up to a 2-handed sword. Yes, please. And he is going to get a composite longbow. Trying to think. Oh, and his armor. We forgot to get him armor. He's going to get the next best armor, which is chain. So let's go ahead and get him hooked up with that. So he's ready to go. Chain, 2-handed sword, bow and arrow, helmet. Groovy cool. So he's costing us 332 out the door. Cha-ching. Now, you are going to get the final coat of chainmail. You are actually going to get a shield. And I think I'm going to give you both Groff and Scrag are going to be sword and board. So they're going to have a weapon and a shield. I'm thinking the blue would probably go better with Scrag. So I'm going to go ahead and get Groff, the more reddish one, to kind of match his complexion. He's going to need a helmet also. So he's got helmet, shield. He's got armor. And since he's wielding a sling, he's actually going to get bullets. And we're going to do 12 as the magic number. Boom. He's done. And finally, let's get him the sling. Now notice I'm not buying him his weapon, the hammer. There's a reason for that. And we'll get to that in a minute. So he's good to go for 134. Boom. Scrag, step right up, buddy. I'm going to get Scrag. Do I want to get him that mace, or is there a... I am going to take my chances that we're going to find a mace early in this game. I don't remember if there's one, but I'm just going to let that go for now. He does need a sling. He will need bullets. And 12 is the magic number. Boom. And do we want to get him leather armor, or should we just let him run around without armor right now? You know what? We'll get him the leather because we're going to resell all this stuff anyway. We may take a loss in the beginning, but we're going to make up for it real quick. And he was going to get that blue shield. Boom. And he's going to get a helm. You know, this time I might just keep these helms on these guys because those helms almost look very orcish. Armor, helmet, sling, bullets, mace is going to be acquired hopefully early in the game. 56 gold, buy it. Okay, finally, Jared. Once again, I'm not buying him his dagger because, spoiler alert, we're going to get a dagger here real short. But he will take a short bow. He will take the arrows that go with that. And we're going to up this to 12. Just say it with me. It's the magic number. We'll get him some studded leather also, even though he's going to find some early in the game. And he also cannot wear a helmet. All right, man. Well, I guess that bandana is going to have to protect your head. That's really too bad about not being able to wear a helmet. But then again, he's not going to see any hand-to-hand combat. And I'm not even going to buy him a buckler. Because, spoiler alert, we might get a buckler later in this game. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and do the done thing here. Oh, we got to buy it. Boom, buy it. We're done. Now let's go ahead and get everybody equipped before we leave, because otherwise what we just bought them will serve no purpose at all. See, notice here, 80, 80, 80. That's the maximum number of bolts or arrows that you can put into your quivers, which is why 12 is the magic number. Crossbow, you know what? Actually, that's going to be down. There's that. I wonder if that's going to go into the second. Nope, that didn't go into the second hand. Boom. There's that. Boom. And, you know, oh, wow, I could put it there. So we're going to put that over there. I'm not getting rid of my quarterstaff right away. Actually, there's two reasons we're not getting rid of this. Number one is, as we're going to discover in this game, metal weapons have a tendency to crumble. And in other words, there's something that's tainting the metal. And that's part of the storyline in this game. So I always try to keep a secondary weapon handy. Also, knowing that a blunt weapon will... Do I want to say it won't break? Not really. But if we're going to go against skeletons, slashing weapons and piercing weapons only do 1 point of damage to a skeleton, regardless of how well you hit the skeleton. And if you have a blunt weapon or a crushing weapon, you will do full damage. So always keep a blunt or crushing weapon in your arsenal in case you do meet skeletons. We're going to use this in one of the rooms. We'll talk about it when we get there. Okay, that's you. You are going to get equipped. Let's do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. And we're going to put that as the primary weapon, and that'll be the third weapon. And actually, we're going to do that. So, you don't have a missile. You do have a missile weapon, don't you? There we go. I want the missile weapon out there. Okay, number 3. Boom, boom, boom. Now, both of my clerics can use the slings with their shield, and they'll also be able to use their primary weapon with the shield. So that's where we're going sword and board with these guys. I do want the sling first, so he's ready to go. All right. You know what? That sure is green. Well, maybe it's just a contrast off his outfit. Scrag, let's get him dressed. Boom, Boom. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I have 2 clerics in my party? Well, because my intention is to run one of the clerics, Groth, as a defensive cleric, and Scrag is going to be an offensive cleric. I dropped the shaman or shaman, whichever you prefer, from the group because I really don't care for the shamans in this game. They just don't do it for me for some reason. And with that said, I opted to leave slot number 6 down here open, so that when we do meet people out in the Forgotten Realms, we will be able to interact with those people, bring them into our party, take their stuff, and then let them go without having me go through the whole thing of dropping a character and bringing the character back in. So anyway, we're fully equipped. Man, I really wish this game could put like time stamps into this thing, and let's get on with it. Here we go. Party is selected. We're out of here. Okay. Green monk here. You might have noticed a green monk inside there. Once again, if you're doing a tutorial here, you're going to want to go this way because that way you get to meet all the monks. We're going to go in the opposite direction and go counterclockwise because we're going to go straight to the events. And this is going to save us a little bit of time. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is change my marching order. And I like this one down here only because it covers the most ground. See, right now we were in single file. This one here is going to spread us out a lot more. And when you're clearing the fog of war, this one will definitely clear more area. Okay. Now, one of the features that was added into the enhanced edition was the ability to reveal things like doors, barrels, crates, things that you can interact with. So if you push your tab button, boom, everything that you can interact with becomes illuminated. So the first thing we're going to do here is grab the 8 gold that's in there. Cha-ching. We're going to go into this room, which is it the bunkhouse? Barracks. Into the barracks. And here we go. Okay. So over here, we got, I believe this is Fuller. Yeah. Fuller is like the captain of the guard. And let's have a talk with him.
Indeed.
I should have joined the army.
What a Meadville night. That hole is just too much. Poor sap. Had to go man the gates this morning. Don't know how he does it. What can I do for you? So anyway, we can just say nothing really. I'm just nosing around, which probably isn't the right answer because we're supposed to be doing our chores right now. I was just wondering if you had any errands I could run. Yeah, let's do that. Since we're doing errands, boom. Errands. Yeah, actually, I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. And there's the reason we bought the bolts. Not just that, but I also have a crossbow. But go figure. Okay. If you can get some off of Winthrop in the end, I'll reimburse you. Oh, well, here's a few coins. So here we go. So boom, we're going to take the quest. And also, if ever you need to find out what quests you have to do, you just go to your journal right here. And you can click on that. And that's going to tell you there's the errand for Fuller. There's the fire bead scroll. Remember when he dumped the 300 gold in our hand? He actually wants us to go get a scroll from Teth Toril, who we're going to meet a little bit later. And now that we've went ahead and done that, we're going to talk with him again.
I should have joined the army.
Thanks, kid. I hear tell you might be leaving. Thanks, kid. I hear tell you. I guess that's their way of trying to speak intelligently. I heard you might be leaving. That's a lot better. Watch your back out there, okay? Here, let me give you this dagger. My father killed a hobgoblin with it once many years ago, stabbed him in the back, blah, blah, blah. It ain't a broadsword, but it'll do in a pinch. Take care. So, boom. And if you look at all the stuff right here, so for this little transaction, we got 50 experience. We lost, it says here, a single bolt, but actually he took a whole quiver from us. We got a dagger, and the journal has once again been updated to finished. So we know that we completed this one. Now, the dagger. Rule of thumb in this game, if you don't know what it is, do not equip yourself with it. Notice the blue hue that is around the dagger. Blue indicates a magic item. We do not know what this is. If we try to do this with it, all it's going to tell us is it's a dagger. We don't get to know what it does. I do know what it does, and therefore I'm already going to equip it. But once again, in this game, if you don't know what it does, do not equip yourself with it, because there are cursed weapons in this game also. I'm going to give this dagger to Jared, who happens to be proficient in daggers. Now, if you see right now his THACO, to hit armor class 0, the base for this is he needs to roll a 20 out of a 20. Because of high dexterity, he gets a -1 modifier to that. So he needs to roll, and this is on a 20-sided die, he needs to roll an 18 to hit. Now, if I equip him with the dagger, boom, all of a sudden, the THACO goes down to 16. And strength modification is a -3. Okay, and because of the dagger, it drops another 1. So you guessed it, this is a +1 dagger. I don't think he's going to be able to identify it. Hey, Marlene, welcome to Baldur's Gate. I'm glad you're there. So anyway, this is what I was talking about yesterday. I re-rolled my party, and I wanted to get this back into action again. So we're basically just starting the game. I'm going very slow because I don't know if people are, if they're new to this game. I want them to get it from the beginning. If they've already seen this, this is probably going to be one of the most boring episodes they've ever run. But anyway, what we're doing right now is we're going through Candlekeep, doing these quests, and then we're going to jump out into the real world. I've got it timed that I can probably start...
If you insist.
I can probably start Banished around 9 o'clock, which is our normal start time, and maybe get a 2 or 3 hour stream in for Banished. So I will be doing Banished after this. Just kind of bear with me and see how things go. Enough me. How are things going with you? I'm hoping you say well. Hi, son, if you're there. And I do know it is dinner time for you. Actually, not yet. It's too early for dinner, but you'll get dinner here shortly. Let's see. So anyway, we talked with Fuller, And oh, that's not Fuller. There's Fuller. And basically, this is Hull's chest, and he forgot his sword. And we're going to grab this antidote here also, because chances are we're going to need it. So anyway, here we go. We're out of here, and let's continue. I know that there's nothing in here, and there's 15 in here. Marlene, it's not going to break my heart if you're not going to watch Baldur's Gate. Haven't ever played Baldur's Gate, but my daughter played. All right, there you go. So we got a familiar face. It's very hot in Denmark here. Yeah, you know what? This is the original Baldur's Gate that came out in 1998. And it was still... I can't even remember. Bioverse or something like that. Biosphere, Bioverse. And it's not Lazarus, the same people that are doing the Baldur's Gate 3 now. So I love this one, and I refuse to actually play Siege of Dragonspear, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale before I finish this one. And believe me, I've started this one many times, but just like Banished, I've got a hard time finishing something. And of course, Baldur's Gate 3 is on my Steam wish list. Still waiting for it to go on sale. So anyway, let's move on over here. This is the bunkhouse. Now I'm going to do something here that you probably wouldn't do. But since we've been living in this Candlekeep area for years and years and years, we kind of know everybody here. And if we see an unfamiliar face, we're going to have issue with them. I have trouble finishing games as well. Currently started a new Valheim game. Valheim. Cool. Are you gonna post?
This is excruciatingly dumb.
Okay, my party is getting upset with me because I'm not moving. Anyway, if you get a chance, post some pictures of it on my Discord channel so that I can kind of get an idea what that game is about, because I don't have the game currently. And I would like to. I'm always in curiosity mode for new games. Now we're going to notice this dude over here, who is Carbos. I definitely will do that. It's a great game, not that expensive. All right, well that might have to go onto my wish list also. Okay, so Carbos here, we don't recognize this guy, and his opening line for us is not one that's very, very, very desirable. As a matter of fact, it kind of reveals his intention. So before he even gets a chance to do anything, I'm going to take my entire party and we're going to aggro on him. Just like that. I mean, we could have talked to him, but no, we're not going to talk. We're just going to get straight to business. Now, notice he didn't even get a chance to move before we dropped him on the spot. And then that's one of the benefits of having ranged weapons. Kind of like in the real world, why would you want to engage somebody face to face when you can take them out at a distance? I mean, that's common sense to do that because you're reducing the risk to yourself. But anyway, the reason we did that is, oh my gosh, we don't even get to see his dialogue here. But he basically says, I've got a blade with your name on it. And that's the wrong thing to say to this party because, yeah, we're gonna drop you just like we did. So anyway, that was fun. The only thing in this room that's worth anything is the dagger that he has on him. There's nothing in this barrel, but the dagger here, it's worth 1 gold. Not much early game, but we'll sell it. We've already checked this. There's another one of them monks, but we're going to keep moving. Every time, Marlene, you already know this, but for the other people who are watching me, every time I look over there, I'm actually looking at my chat window because I do not see the chat window on the screen as you guys do.
Rules are very strict.
Well, hello there. I thought I should tell you that Garion has been looking to talk to Gracious Goldtooth and all his friends. So he already knows that we're kind of plural here. You should go talk to Garion as soon as possible. Okay, thanks for that. But you know what? We still got some errands to do. So we're going to go into the infirmary, which is also known as a hospital. Now, there's 2 people in here. You got this dude here who's like the priest dude. And then you've got somebody that's called a reader, which I don't see him right now. But anyway, we're going to talk to the priest. We're going to kind of tell him, hey, man, we're not feeling too great. He's going to say, hey, man, you look all right to me, but you can never be sure. Do you want a potion? And we're going to say, yeah, man, we want a potion. So let's see how this goes down.
If you insist.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Awesome. So, are you sick? You look rather healthy. You never can tell. Do you want a potion? Yeah, give us a potion. So, and there's the other dude. So here's your priesty dude up here. And then this is the reader. Now, seeing that they're both going up here into this corner, we could attempt to pick this over here and get an additional healing potion. But I want to say 99% of the time that we try this, it always turns out that the guards get called. I can do a quick save. We just did a quick save right here. And I'm going to try to get Jared over here to pick this, and we got to get out of here as soon as possible. Let's see if we can do that.
Command.
Yeah, that. We're going to come over here. We're going to pick this.
I hear you.
And in a perfect world, these guys are going to stay up here. Okay. For some reason, Jared is not. Oh, and no, we're not doing it now. Oh, where are you going? I don't know if they can see this. Ah, nuts. Crumbs on a biscuit. He came. Let's get out of here. It's not worth it. It's just going to be a reset. Or we got to wait for him to leave. But anyway.
If you insist.
Okay, up here is Hull. This is the dude right here. We got his sword. And prepare yourself for another Easter egg here. So, hey, kid, woke up late this morning, left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want to get it for me, it's in the chest. And now you start to see the pattern that if you go clockwise, it kind of gives you a quest. You go do it, come back. We're just knocking out the quests before we even get what it is. So anyway, we already got it, so we're going to just go ahead and talk to him again. Hey, thanks, kiddo. Grind didn't bring you up half bad, did he? You're lucky to have grown up here in Candlekeep, to be honest. Sometimes I think the world outside of these gates has gone mad with all the fighting over the iron shortages. There's another key as to what this whole game is about. And Baldur's Gate will be at war before the season's out. Well, that's I don't want to mark a parallel to that right now in the political world. Anyway, I'm on duty. Here's 20 gold pieces for saving my skin from the chief. So anyway, Easter egg here. Because of that high charisma, he's actually talking to us a lot nicer, with a nicer tone than he would if our charisma were any lower. In addition to that, the reward that we receive from him is actually higher than what we would have received with a lower charisma. So you can already see the importance of that charisma. It got us a magic dagger. It got us a little bit more gold out of Hull. And it will continue to serve us well as we proceed in the game. Next up, the storeroom. So this little chap here, this is Reaver. And he's kind of, I guess he's a dwarf from Scotland, because he's got a really strong accent thing going on here. But let's talk to Reaver. Boy. Would have been cool if they got Sean Connery to do that, but don't think Sean Connery's with us anymore. Anyway, I gotta go again. I'm gonna try to catch your stream later. Marlene, I appreciate you. You don't know how much I appreciate you. I do. All right. I'm gonna run this like maybe till 9 o'clock ish, and hopefully before 9:30, I'm gonna get Banished up and running. So this is actually a triple header today. We did Fallout Shelter earlier, Baldur's Gate now, and then we're going to end it with Banished. And in that way, we squeezed in one additional game. And I might try to do this throughout the summer. Anyway, Marlene, you go take care. Get yourself some dinner. Say hi to Son. And let's get this thing done. Okay, I thought I asked you to clean out the rats in the building already. Hop to it. Get in there. All right. And that's my poor, awful attempt at a Scottish accent. So anyway, now, because we've got metal weapons, I am going to unequip our people. And by doing that, I'm going to do... Actually, can we do it down here? Oops. I'm so used to going here for my weapon choices just by doing that. And notice I'm putting the staff back on everybody. My reason for this is because A, the staff will not break. And you know what? His dagger will not break either. So he's actually good with the dagger. Now I'm going to select everybody. Where's my select all button? Okay, back to the game. There it is. Everybody is selected. Let's go in.
That which should not see the sun's light.
All right. So anyway, I really love this auto pause feature because I am pause happy in my games. I always like to plan out what I'm going to do before I do it. I do not work well with spontaneous reactions. Anyway, all these little red marks here, these are the rats that we need to kill. This is just a quick 5 experience points. The rats will not hurt us in this game, but we do need to clear them out. And the funny thing here is that we got 2 cats in here too. And so the cats just aren't doing their job. If we were chaotic evil, we might just kill the cats for general purpose. But anyway, let's oh my gosh, I never set my AIs on these guys. Hopefully they don't blow anything here. Anyway, let's go ahead and take these guys out. So how do we want to do this? There's 3 here. So why don't we do you 2 on this one. You can take out this one, and you 2 can take out that one. And then as soon as they take them down, we'll just reassign them to take out the other ones. And I guess you guys are getting reassigned also. And now it's just a matter of letting them go. See, they're not proficient with these weapons, but they get the job done. Okay, there's 3 things to interact with here. We got barrel, crate. There's nothing in these 2. Just trust me. But there is something in here.
Indeed.
Little silver ring, so we'll take that. Okay, we're done here. Let's exit. Talk to Reaver again. Ah, yes, kill them like the rats they are. A glorious battle unlike any the world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah, thanks, Reaver. 5 gold. Have you ever heard of inflation? Okay, boom. Anyway, so this dude here, he is going to train us in hand-to-hand combat, and we don't need it because we already know how to fight. If you're new to this game, you might want to look him up on that. And yeah, so he's just a trainer. That's his purpose. Moving on. Okay, temples. Temples in this game, if for some reason your reputation drops to a very, very, very low level and you become disliked in this game,
Hide away that which should not see the sun's light.
okay, let's pause. That way we avoid running through time. So anyway, over here, the options that we have, and here's the priest right here. No, are you a tutor? You're a tutor. Where's the priesty dude? There should be a priest over here somewhere. There he is. So anyway, if you talk to the priest, you get to see what the options are.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
I'm pleased to see you've taken the time to pay tribute to the wise Agama. Agma. Anyway, I was wondering what you had to offer at the temple. So anyway, what does the temple do? Number 1, you donate. If you donate 100 gold pieces, your reputation will go up 1 point. You can continue to donate more, and I think after you get the 1 point, you have to donate more to get any higher. Also, healing. You can cure light wounds if you're injured, and then there's a bunch of other stuff here. If for some reason you die out in the Forgotten Realms, your party can bring you back to a temple, and they can actually raise you. Now, I believe this goes up 100 gold for every level that you are. So at first level, it's going to cost 100. If you're second level, 200, third level, 3, so on. You can also buy scrolls and antidotes and potions to take with you. We will be getting this scroll later in the game. Not now, though. And spoiler alert, we're not going to pay for it. And finally, something that we will be using pretty often is this identify. And you know what? I'm almost wondering if we should bring a magic user into our party give the magic user identify, and then just leave the magic user at a location. Say Friendly Armin, or maybe down in Baragost at one of the inns. And then every time we want to identify something, bring that magic user back into the game. That would be a cheat to identify stuff. But the thing is, that magic user would have to get experience points in order to go up in level to get more identify abilities, more spells memorized, unless you went strictly with identify scrolls, which there's really not enough to make that whole thing worth it. So anyway, and then finally, this is the identify, where you can take your magic items and pay to have them identified. So anyway, we're done here. Boom. Move on. Come up over here, talk to Dreppen. This dude right here. Hey, Dreppen. What up, buddy?
What do you need?
Philidia left one of her books here again. It's in the hay over there besides the cow. If you could run it to her and then come back, I've got some plans for you. Really, so first thing I'm going to question is, what was Philidia doing in the hay? But because we are a family-friendly channel, we're not going to look any deeper into that. I'm just going to leave it there. So anyway, all right, we'll go get the book, which is like someplace right here. Cha-ching. Got the book. And because I know that we are not done with Dreppen yet, let's talk to him again.
What do you need?
Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it, though. Being sick and all, I need her to get one of them potions of antidote off a Hull. Remember where we got Hull's sword from? There was that bottle of antidote. He stayed up drinking last night and got hauled out of bed to go man the gates this morning. I bet he's got a few of them lying around somewhere. Yeah, he had one in his locker. So, and this is old Nessa right over here. So, okay, let's give the antidote to Dreppen.
What do you need?
Hey, you're a wonder, you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Well, okay, stick with me and we'd probably never leave the walls of Candy Cave. Anyway, they say that the bandits out there aren't after golden gems anymore, but just plain old iron. Once again, here comes that iron reference again. It's some of the, whatchamacallit, paradoxes or whatever. It's dangerous, so you want to wear some good solid plate, carry an axe with. This basically is telling you, you know what, you might want to equip yourself and make Tempest jealous, but rather than protecting you, everyone just wants a piece of you, right? Okay, anyway, we're done with this guy. Let's move on. So, out of all of that went down. Okay, so there's basically all this transaction that happened. From here, we got 50. He got the antidote. Nessa's feeling better. Now we're going to go into the priest quarters. Yep. And this is going to be another one of those where we're not going to recognize who this person is. So we're going to do that same little trick with the take them out from a distance. So this is Shank. Shank is Carbos's brother. And the funny thing is, even though we're going to leave both of these guys dead here, they are going to magically reappear very late in the game. So anyway, here we go. And I think they are referenced also, like up north. So anyway, we're at a distance. We're not even going to let him do his dialogue. We don't recognize him with a name like Shank. What do you think he's here for? So I'm just going to go ahead and aggro him again and see if we can drop him on the spot.
Hello.
Nope. This one, nuts on a biscuit. We got the quarterstaffs. That's why we didn't shoot. My bad. My bad. Okay. Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found you first. You're the Ward of Gorion, no doubt. Okay, I am. What can I do for you? I don't recognize you. Who are you? And what are you doing here? Leave me be. I've pressing matters to attend to. Hey, man, I don't recognize you. Boom. Who I am is unimportant, but who you are is very important. I apologize for the dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. And there's why I wanted to take this guy out from a distance. A pity, I know, but it would seem your head is worth an exceptional amount to me. I kill you myself and need not to share the credit with anybody. Wrong. So let's see. He's going to turn hostile. The game should pause. Boom. And unfortunately, Jared does have the dagger. So let's do a little thieving fun with him. I don't think we're going to... I don't know if you can backstab somebody from the front or if you actually have to be behind them. But let's try it. So first thing I'm going to have to do is get everybody back with their missile weapons.
Go on then.
And we still might be able to drop this guy without even making contact with him. Let's see. This should be my backstab. Let's try that and see what happens. Yeah, see, this didn't work well because now that we're in hand-to-hand, you don't want to use a missile weapon in hand-to-hand combat. So that was my bad. Yeah, he'll use his scimitars. You're going to use your two-handed sword. You're going to use... Go ahead and use that.
Again?
You're going to use that. And you got your dagger. Here we go. I'm not really worried about this guy. See, he went down easily. And that's just because he's a pansy. Anyway, Jared, go ahead and clean this place out. There's probably 4 or 5 things that we can interact with in here. Only half of them are going to have stuff. For instance, the chest over here, it's going to be locked. We're going to go ahead and open it up. And did you see the 10 experience we gained? We got us a dagger. Barrel has nothing in it. The desk, I think it has a few gold. And I'm going to hit tab, and you can see that we got some crates over here. The small one here has nothing in it, but this one here has...
You require aid?
Groth's hammer.
Agreed.
And there she is. So he's got the hammer now. And see, right now with a staff, he needs a 20 to hit. If we put the hammer in there, now he needs a 17 to hit because he is proficient with the hammer. Awesome. Here we go. And that's all there is in this room. So let's, resolution. There we go. That's a little better. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Let's go talk to Philidia. Oh, don't catch us. Don't catch us. He's basically going to warn us about the people here. Y'all should watch yourselves carefully. There's been some strange men asking about Grecius. Yep, they sure have been. Those men are no more. Philidia! Anyway, let's go ask her what she was doing in the hay. Oh, hello. Have you seen my copy of the history of Halrua anywhere? You know, I just can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet up in the library. So I thought I'd get some fresh air just to the east of here. See, once again, if you're going clockwise, she's going to point you to the east. Oh, I hate being absent minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. So, Lydia was in the hay with a book. All right. So, anyway, Lydia, we got your book. So, here we go.
Hello there.
My book. Oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. Okay, she hitting on us? Raising you hasn't been at all hard at all, but I'd say toil of love, toil of destiny even. You must be a special child, indeed. Okay. No. As a teacher, and this is real world here, as a teacher, special child? No. Indeed, to draw such praise from a man of his nature. Okay, here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you something for it. So she's going to give us something. And basically what she's saying is take it to the inn and sell it. And it looks like we got us a Lynx gem. So another 50 experience. The Lynx gem here, which we'll keep it for now. And there actually is one more quest that we need to do here. And that was go get Firebead's Identify Scroll. And that actually is it dark? It looks like this thing's getting darker. Oh, well, maybe it's the clouds outside. So we're going to come out here. This is interesting because he's not running as fast as he should be. He's a barbarian. And he should be moving faster than the rest of the party. Anyway, these priests over here, they're kind of preaching doom and gloom. These are from all the different west winds, I think, and different directions. Voice of the east, voice of the north, voice of the south. Oh, by golly, you must be the west. And who you? No more directions. And he's a chanter. So anyway, they're just preaching doom and gloom. Kind of what you'd get in any church you go to. Down here should be this dude named Tethtoril. There he is. So, Tethtoril, Firebead sent you, hasn't he? Well, very well, return the scroll to him. But then you gotta hurry and speak to Gorion. He's waiting for you at the steps of the central library. I assure you, child, it's a matter of urgency. So anyway, the steps are, this way, right here. But you know what? We gotta return that scroll first. Do some quick navigation here. So poof. Now here's the thing. We don't have to return the scroll. If you're running a mage in this game, you could keep the scroll for yourself and memorize it, and then you'll have an identify spell in your spell book. There's no penalty for doing that. Or
If you insist.
You can return it, and you could return it, and then Firebead's going to put a little spell on you for protection. Now, first thing I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of any unwanted items with Winthrop here again.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
You know what? We should just play that over and over and over again. Maybe play it in a classroom. No, we're not going to go there. Anyway, here we go. So basically what I'm going to do right now is any unwanted items that we have here, we're just going to sell them. Not that we need the gold, but because I want the empty spaces in our inventory. So let's go ahead and that's that. See, all that for just 10 gold. It's hardly worth it. But it's all good. What do you got here? You just got a dagger for 1 gold. Eventually, these little nickel dime things here, we're not even going to bother with them. And we're done. Do we want to buy anything else from him? No. We're done. And doggone it, I just remembered something. I did not have to buy the short sword or the short bow for Jared, as you're going to find out here in about 15 seconds. So let's go ahead. We've got the party selected. Let's go talk to Firebeat again.
So hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad to see that the age is not hardened toward this. Here, I'll take all of your identify scrolls. Okay, I have a great use for those. Here, allow me to cast a little spell on you. It'll protect you from evil. Okay, so we got us a spell. Now we're going to get on out of here. We're going to go talk to Gorion now. So let's do a little quick navigation back to the steps. And cha-ching. And we are going to meet... She's not the most annoying character, but she probably rates in the top 3.
I'm very proud of you, as I'm sure Gorion is.
Okay, anyway, Emowyn. What are we going to do with Emowyn? So, I'm surprised that stuffy old Gorion let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle-faddle. I snuck off too. Old Puff Gut Winthrop was looking for me, but I got all day to do his chores. You have time for a story today. You have time for a story today? Question mark. Shouldn't it be, do you have time for a story? Man, they need proofreaders here. No, I can tell you don't. What have you been up to? Now regardless, we're going to dismiss her. But how we react to her might determine things. Anyway, here we go. The thing is, she's basically been our childhood friend ever since we've been in Candlekeep. We've got no ill feeling towards her. So I'm going to go a little easy on her. I'm afraid I can't chat today, little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare for a journey, but will not say where. That's a lot of dialogue for an orc. I don't know if I'd choose that one. And really, I'm not afraid of much. Leave me be. There's your chaotic evil answer. I got no time to waste for you, child. Or, I'm sorry, child. I am not to tell anyone what I'm doing. The funny thing is, we don't know what we're doing. We just were told to get equipped and talk to Gorion. So I'm not going to tell her how to do her jobs or anything. I'm going to go with the first one. Boom. Okay, little one, I'm not much younger than you. Though you sure got tall fast. That might be because I'm a half-orc. Relatively anyway, journey A, never got to travel. Wish I could go with you. Yeah, really wish I could. Yes, sir, really do. And oh my God, she's annoying. Okay, all right. I get the message. I'll ask if you can go. No, I don't want to take her. There's no way you can come. Gorion would never allow it, or you'd slow us down. Either one of these is probably the right answer. I don't want to diss her right away. We'll go with this one. Oh, I know. Old stick in the mud, all worried about things. Better go now. So anyway, there we go. That's that. I don't know why you have chosen to talk to Tethtoril again, but let's end your dialogue and get you all over here to the stairs. Here they come, just a walking down the street. And we're all here? Good. Let's talk to Gorion.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
So, this is very unnerving. I know. You must trust me. It's very important you pack your possessions so that we can leave Candlekeep immediately. Hurry, for there's no time to tarry. The keep is well protected, but it's not invulnerable. I'm ready to go right now. Just wait a little longer. Please, Father, tell me where we're going. What could possibly harm us here? This place is a fortress. What should I bring with me on this journey? You know what? We're ready to go right now. Cutscene.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the friendly arm inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's have a chat. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I'll explain everything as soon as there is time.
Shut up.
Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
It is on like Donkey Kong.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the friendly arm.
All right. Well, that's kind of telling us what our next destination is going to be.
Hey, it's me, Ellen.
Yeah, here she is again. Sorry I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep, and those monks are such a bore. Never any decent coin in their pockets either. And that kind of gives you a clue as to what her character is. She's a thief. I saw Gorion. I'm so sorry. Kind of figured something bad might happen out there. How could I have known? Gorion didn't even tell me. Or, I don't want you looking over my shoulder as I travel. Take your nosies. You know what? Although that's very orcish right there, this is probably your chaotic, evil answer. She's still our friend. So, I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. Can't remember exactly what it said, but might be on his body anyway. So basically this right here, it might be on his body anyway. I'm going to let you wander around and never let a friend down. No, sir. Stick with you till the end. I will. So now here's the thing. She kind of auto joins us here. And that's another reason for leaving this slot open. We're not going to take her. We are going to, although, put a spin on this and say that as we left Candlekeep, she snuck out because she wanted to get us a couple additional supplies for the trip. So she probably had a little bit of gold in her pocket that she gave us. She's giving us 3 more healing potions. And I'm actually going to give these to the doctor. No, I'm going to give them to Grecius. He can divvy them out. This is an oil of speed, which is actually for the thief. A wand of magic missiles. I wanted to say magic mushrooms, but no, don't even know if we can say that on YouTube or not. But anyway, wand of magic missiles, kind of what Harry Potter has. This one just looks a lot better than Harry Potter's. He just has not a broomstick, but a branch. Anyway, I'm going to give this to Scrag. And the reason I'm giving it to Scrag is because he is our offensive cleric, which means he's basically going to be the fighter of the bunch of the clerics, and Groth is going to be the defense. He's going to be the doctor of the bunch. Now, this is why I didn't want to buy the short bow for Jared, because I knew I was going to be getting this one. So he's going to get an additional short bow, stack the arrows, give the arrows to Jared. And now we basically took everything off of her. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is dismiss her from the group. And we're going to remove her. And then she's going to say something very probably unkind to us.
You're a queer fellow.
Yeah. That is her tagline right there. And she's just annoying. Anyway, just like that, but we're friends and everything. Been friends for years. I guess I'll just wait till we meet again, because you will. Just wait and see. Okay, thanks, Emmeline. Get out of here. So she's basically going to wait right here in the game. If we ever want her again, we can go ahead and get her. But because she made reference to where Gorian's body is, if we look at the map of this region, you'll see that right here is the ambush site. So actually what I'm going to do is we're going to beeline it right up here to check this area out. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. And you're going to notice here that we got some stuff on the ground. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So I'm going to plant my party right here in the center of everything. And then there's another really neat trick here. I don't know if this was in the original Baldur's Gate before they enhanced it, but this little red triangle here, rather than clicking on every single item and picking it up like this, if you click this red triangle, it illuminates everything that's on the ground. And now, I don't know how you guys play your games, but I have designated carriers for certain items. I don't like to give Grecius much to carry because he basically is the one who's going to be revealing things. So what I do is I go to Goldfag. He carries weapons. So any weapons that we come across, he's going to carry those. Gold can be picked up by anybody because it gets pooled. Groth, he carries armor. So he's going to carry the armor. And actually, since this is a magic belt right here, I think I'm going to give that right to Grecius. And for gems, I usually let the thief carry the gems. That means we need to wrap this up. Wow, I got 3 minutes till 9. Yeah, so anyway, you know what? I think we're probably going to end the game right here at the ambush spot. The thief carries the gems. Gracious, you're going to get that. And finally, we've got the scroll. I'm not going to read it, but I'll let you guys go ahead and read it. You guys can pause if you want to. Please forgive the abruptness.
Excruciatingly dumb.
They're complaining. So anyway, this is basically the letter that was on his desk that kind of prompts us to get on with the journey. And despite my desire to remain neutral in this, I could not. So you can already guess that this is written by...
excruciatingly dumb.
You can already guess that this is written by somebody of some high stature. And for those of you who are familiar with the Forgotten Realms, you might already know who E is or who it's in reference to. If not, you'll find out in the next episode.
This is excruciatingly dumb.
Okay, he wants us to get out of here. So we're done with this. You know what, Scrag? You're going to carry this. And you know what? We're done. Let's go ahead and pause this right here. We're going to call this the game. And tomorrow, if I can get up early enough, we may go ahead and continue this adventure. And then we'll talk about clearing the different regions, how we clear the fog of war, what we're looking for. And then I'm going to give you guys a couple different options. Let's actually select the whole party and then pause it. Yep, pause it. So I'm going to show you guys a couple different ways that you can attack the beginning of this game. It really depends on what objectives you want to knock out. For instance, are you going to go right for experience points? Are you going to go for weapons and armor? Or do you just want to go willy-nilly into this and take it through the storyline? And I can tell you right now, the main thing I'm going to focus on is weapons and armor. Is weapons and armor? Are weapons and armor. Are plural, plural, plural. Okay, we figured it out. So, anyway, that is episode 1 of our reboot. You got to meet the party, and hopefully you got a little bit familiar with who these guys are. And I think in tomorrow's episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about the whole neutral evil alignment and how that's going to play into their quest. So, let's go ahead and end with a word from our sponsor, me, the Grumpy Gnome. So, if you're watching me on Twitch, please hit the follow button. If you're watching me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you do either of those things, of course, like and share my videos. But you can also tell 10 of your family, friends, and pets about my channels and then get them to subscribe and follow. If you don't know 10 family, friends, or pets, go ahead and tell 5 of your family, friends, and pets twice. If you don't know 5 family, friends, or pets, go out, buy yourself a hamster, name the hamster Boo, and if you get that reference, leave a comment below. If you don't get the reference, spoiler alert, you soon will in this game. I am Grumpy Gnome. I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take care. Bye-bye.